Peace. Think fast. Want to bring up how Source, Source likes to teach us a lot of lessons, and Source like to make us put our money where our egotistical mouth is, so to speak. What I've learned, on my growth and on my journey is that, after I drop a few, like after I, drop certain aspects of my ego, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, all right, got rid of that, the universe tests you to see if you really got rid of that part of your ego. And how it does that, what's funny, it makes basically the ego teaches it teaches yourself through yourself. And what I mean by that is those certain negative aspects of my ego that I have gotten away from, the universe will test me and see if I'm over that by bringing a person that displays that whole dynamic of that negative vibration that I used to have with my ego. And it see, like, all right, universal frequency, since you're not called Ray no more, since you're universal frequencies, all right, let's see how you deal with your old self right now in this moment. And so let's just sit back and watch and all ego, like, let's see how you gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed that on my growth that like, say for instance, for example, I used to be the person who thought they know it, that thought I knew it all, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, because what's funny, even in the beginning of my spiritual growth, I had to tone that part down and keep pushing that down, like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? But I used to think I know everything and couldn't be wrong. Matter of fact, I never was wrong, and I say like that because I was a humble person. But when it comes to certain aspects, yes, like I'm right. Like I felt like my point was right. I'm always, you know what I'm saying? And then also I like to debate. I used to like to debate and make my point and get my point across no matter what. I ain't care under any circumstances, no matter what. Like, I'm gonna get this point across, and I'm gonna make sure I'm right. You know what I'm saying? That was me. So since I have dropped that aspect, you know what I'm saying, I've become, namaste. Look, if you don't agree with me or if you don't believe me on half, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna try to show I'm right, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell you that this is some knowledge and some facts or whatever, but I won't necessarily say, because whatever matter of fact I tell you, well, whatever you believe or whatever you want to go with, that's how it works in your universe if that's what you choose to, But now that I've, got rid of that aspect, Source would try me and see and bring those people that be trying to nudge for a debate, you know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, like recently, which it wasn't necessarily a test because I just dropped it. I've been dropped that aspect, but you know, it, Source does still try to make that come back around every now and then to see where I stand, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a brethren, you know, the Christian, the young Christians, you know what I'm saying, the Christianity, the people who follow that, you know what I'm saying, they believe if you're not under the indoctrination exactly how I said that you going to hell and that you need to be saved. And I got to a conversation where it was funny. I picked up on that this person was kind of honestly framing the argument where the only reason why they were listening to me talk about like spiritual chakras and all this was just so they could frame an argument to try to make me, believe in the old Christianity and Jesus and try to put me in with that. But I showed to be strong because I kind of saw it coming and knew it was coming, but still said that, like, I'm not gonna really, you know. And every time I would, like, it came off as like we were going back and forth, but it really wasn't. I was just trying to speak to the, trying to be a, like, just have a regular conversation. I say a conversation, but just talk and not be at odds. Like, all right, I know this about chakras, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you believe in, all right, cool. This is your aspect, but just kept trying to recruit me and talk me out of everything, and I'm just like, like, well, my brethren, blessings. Look, this is what I've learned. The the story of Jesus. Just bringing up facts like the story of Jesus is like the fifth installment of the same story. So why look at this and that. Just bringing up facts, not trying to. Cause and two, I always try to display that to Christians. Like, man, it's your free will. And matter of fact, and doing that, letting them see that like you forcing yourself upon me. But long story short, though, you know what I'm saying, it was that aspect of the old me, you know what I'm saying, like, because sometimes, like, when I first got into the conscious level, like, all right, no, you gotta know what a chakra is, you gotta, like, oh no, you know what I'm saying. So, so it's bring that energy back at me, but in the form of Christianity, like, oh, if you ain't believing in Jesus, you might as well just go to hell right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of aspect, came back at me. But that's the way Source, teaches us. So you'll recognize it too. Like whenever you'll be dealing out in the world, out and about, and then that person gonna come up to you and it's gonna be almost like a mirror image of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Whatever negative aspect. Matter of fact, another one was dealing with money. Like that was a negative aspect I had where I was like scared to spend money and stuff. And then as I grew out of it, when people would come around me in that same mind frame, you know, at, at, at first it would rise up in me like, man, I don't need to be that get you about the money. But then I suddenly like, I bust out laughing. I'm like, all right, that was you just not too long ago. You was that same Geechee person. You was that, and I say Geechee, you was that same person that was scared to spend money. You was that same person that didn't believe in the universe, didn't believe that the universe was gonna bring it back to you. So you were scared to spend it. That was me, those people, that person, that part of you comes back around, through somebody else, because we are the universe experiencing itself. So even though it may be somebody doing their own conscious works, you know what I'm saying, being themselves in essence, but they bringing the vibration of your old self and letting you view yourself through a different lens, you know what I'm saying? And since you done got so namaste is so peaceful, let's see how peaceful a namaste it really is. You know what I'm saying? That's what source, you know what I'm saying? And it gotta, in essence, I ain't gonna say it. Yeah, well, I mean, you have to be tested in essence to see if you really, if you really graduated. Because if that situation come around and it knocks you off your square, then you still not ready. You need to go back and meditate some more, and do whatever the case, do whatever it is to help the situation. But I definitely seen that, like, as far as like that's the way, one of the ways of Source teaching us how to graduate out of our ego, and then right after we graduate from that negative aspect of our ego, he give us a test. Source. Now, matter of fact, you see how I said he, that old Christianity admit just came out of my mouth. Source, the masculine and feminine, but Source give you that test and like, all right, let's see if you can handle yourself. Right, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I seen it work. And matter of fact, that's for me in my own experience, because maybe this may not be what everybody else experience, or you may not experience it firsthand on that level, or you may not be paying attention to it, you may not be catching it. But like I've seen Source, deal. Matter of fact, though, in all honesty, though, I have seen it come at other people in that aspect too. But for the most part, I'm speaking for myself. But I have seen those lessons. Like once I drop that energy, it tests me to see, if I've gotten over it. So like like I say, from being negative about money to being the old hard-headed person, this and that, where it's just like, all right, when I'm gonna stay, like, it's a free will universe. Matter of fact, that be my little combat, my little phrase that I use to combat that energy of, that comes to me in another person. What I use to combat that energy, I just say the orange. So that's my bird. What I use to combat that energy is that, you know what I'm saying, that little phrase, like, well, it's a free will universe, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to believe me, if you hard headed, you know, if you don't want to spend your money how you, it's all up to you, you know what I'm saying? Look, I can't, cause two, and on the other aspect where I always had that vibration where I never did. I always had that understanding and that just that intuitive, inner intuitive vibration of carrying myself in a way where it's a free will universe and respecting it on an empathetic level. Because I remember like when the preachers and all those people used to, are you saved and this and that, like back in the day when, you know, coming to me and this and that. And like when they used to come to me, I'm like, bro, like you forcing yourself upon me. So even though I may have knowledge that's backed up by a lot of facts, you know what I'm saying? It still don't give me the place to try to forcefully put this information on people and say, all right, no, you have to learn this. You got, I mean, you know what I'm saying? No, they don't if they don't want to. It's a free will universe, and they have the right to be ignorant. They have the right to be smart. They have the right to be ignorant and think they're smart. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? There's a free will universe, so because that's the way Source works with us. You know what I'm saying? Like Source ain't never forced me to be one with Source. You know what I'm saying? It was all on my free will. I saw what was going on, and and you know, and willfully on my own free will, you know, like all right, I want to get closer to Source. You know what I'm saying? But Source ain't like, come here, Corey. You know what I'm saying? Come, which to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? Put like this. When you have a certain little destiny and you came here for a certain reason, you know, so it's gonna be a little louder. You're gonna have the free will, but so it's gonna kind of speak to you a little louder than most, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's gonna really let you know, like, kind of to wake up in essence. Not really forcefully, but it'll be life situations that, you know, make you say, like, all right, maybe I need to get closer to source, you know, so. But that's it. It was a think fast and just talking about how, you know, how that certain negative aspect of yourself that you got rid of come back to you, come back into your experience through somebody else as a test to see if you're really grown away from that negative aspect of yourself. So, but other than that, peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. And we're not going too far in the future. And we're not going too far in the past. Right now for that ass. Peace, y'all.